Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing some work on the Amplified Survival World, and my plans for today are to get a couple of automatic farms built in our base area, and we're going to need to go to the nether to do that. So my major plan was to get a chicken cooking farm going, since I did get some eggs, and I was also thinking of doing a pumpkin and melon farm. So we're going to need to first go into the nether, and then we can go into a just flat testing world and come up with a design for our farms. But first things first is we're going to need these two items, the diamond pickaxe and the water bucket, and we're going to go get some obsidian to get into the nether. And I'm thinking we're probably going to put the portal around about here. So I'm just going to dig out a spot for it real quick, and then we'll go get the obsidian. Okay, so that is where we're going to be putting it, and it should blend in just fine there. Now, we only need 10 obsidian, so that's all we're going to be getting, because you don't need the corners of the nether portal to get into the nether. You can leave them out. They don't count as blocks for it. So we're just going to go with getting 10, because when we enchanted our diamond pickaxe, we only got on breaking. I was hoping that I could get some efficiency as well as on breaking, but no luck there, so we're just going to have to work with what we got. And I'm going to mine up this obsidian slowly, and I'll get back to you. Alright, we have our 10 obsidians. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to place it where we need to, and that's going to be right there. Alright, so now that that's built, all we got to do is light it. So I'm just going to go over, see if I have some flint. I do. Alright, so we're going to grab some flint and some iron. Quickly just make a flint and steel, and I'm also going to put away those two things because we're not going to be needing them in the nether. Especially since if we die in the nether, I don't necessarily want to lose that diamond pickaxe by chance. Alright, so let's do it. Let's go into the nether, get us some nether quartz. That should be all we really need. And then we can get out of here. Alright, so there's some nether quartz here, and I'm getting a little bit of lag. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we should be able to just get like half a stack or something, or just mine up this vein here, and then that'll hopefully be enough for what we need to do. So we're gonna I know that we're gonna need at least a couple of comparators, and for the chicken farm I might use a daylight sensor and some observers, so we do need the nether quartz for those as well. Alright, so let's just go down here, pick this up, and yeah, 26 should be enough for what we need. So we're just gonna take that, and we're gonna get on out of here. Alright, don't want to be here any longer than we have to. We visited, said hello, and now we're gonna say goodbye. Alright, we have officially gone into the nether and gotten our nether quartz. So now we can throw this flint and steel in here, just get rid of these other blocks we have, and I'm going to put this right here. Alright, so let's go into a testing world, and I'll see what I can come up with for our farms for a design. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. The chicken cooker right here is compact, simple, easy to build. It doesn't use too many expensive materials except for the daylight sensor and the observers. So those are going to be what we are using most of our resources on. And then for the melon and pumpkin farms, I've come up with this for a design. I don't necessarily need this many hoppers. I could probably just get away with some water streams at the moment. But what's really going to be costly is this redstone circuit down here. So what this is it's just a hopper clock, and then it's going to give a quick pulse out over here, and that's going to run around. And what makes this expensive is the comparators and the redstone block, the repeaters it's using, and also just this farm in general. Because we do need a lot of regular pistons. That's going to take iron and redstone. It's also going to take lots of wood, which we don't have too much of at the moment. And yeah, that should be good enough for what we need. So what we're going to need is about 20 blocks of space going this way, and then the back is going to have to be at least 6 blocks deep, which the cobblestone section I think I made 7 deep, so should be good there, and we can hide most of the ugly parts of these two builds with a wall behind them or something. But we can go back into our amplified world and start working on building these. Okay, now that we're back in our amplified world, we can start working on building those 2 farms. So what we're going to need is we're going to need another quartz, these dispensers, and yeah, we should only need 2 of them. We're going to need 2 sticky pistons for the pumpkin and melon farms for the hopper clock. Going to take these repeaters just because we already have them. We're going to need the eggs for the chicken farm, and let's see, we're going to need a bunch of redstone, so I'm just going to grab some of that right now. We're going to need a bunch of iron, and what else? We're going to need wood, so we're just going to take the jungle wood and spruce wood here. And we're also going to need some cobblestone and dirt for the pumpkin and melon farms. So I'm probably gonna do just a couple layers for the pumpkins and melons, but I do need to get more melons first, and I think there are some melons down there, but I can grab those at some point after I start the chicken cooker, because that's the one we're going to be building first. So this pad here, I also checked, this is actually 21 wide, so I'm thinking down at that end I'm just going to leave off one of the blocks, and I'll probably change it to spruce wood or something at some point. But for now, we're going to build our chicken cooker right here, and I'm thinking to do that, we're going to use some stone bricks. So we're going to cook up some stone bricks right now, and then we'll start working on it. Okay, I've crafted up most of the stuff we're going to need for the chicken farm. Just waiting on some glass to cook. I ended up using pretty much all of my iron making the pistons just to get ready for the melon and pumpkin farms, but we can replace that later. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to place that chest there with a hopper there. We're going to put these stone bricks around it here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our dispensers, put it there. Then what we're going to do is, just because we won't see this, we're going to place some cobblestone out the back here with our other dispenser here. Now, what this is going to be is this is going to be the dispenser that shoots out the eggs that the chickens, which are going to be up top on these hoppers here, are going to lay. And then this one here is going to dispense lava every now and then. And that's going to kill any chickens that happen to have grown up while they've been just sitting waiting. And what we're going to do is place 3 blocks here with some redstone dust here, and then more there and there. And then we're going to place down a repeater here and a repeater here. Now what the repeaters do is they're going to take and strengthen the signal that this comparator is going to give off from the eggs that end up in this dispenser, and then this one is going to give a stronger signal into the side of the comparator, which is going to make it turn off, and then it's going to detect items in here again, turn back on, and each time that it turns on, it's going to put a signal through this line of redstone here into this repeater, which is going to power this block that then shoots out an egg from the dispenser. And we're going to have a half slab in here as well for the chickens to stand on. So we're going to just make a half slab real quick, and we should, yeah, we have enough glass now. And we can place this half slab here with 4 glass going like this. And the glass is just for aesthetic purposes, so you can see what's going on. You don't actually need it, but I like to have it to see what's going on with my chickens. And there we go. That's the front mostly done. Just needs a couple more blocks up on top here. And then what we can do is we can put blocks going around like this so that the chickens up here can't escape. And then we should just be able to continue these blocks like this. We're going to leave this side empty for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take another repeater, and that's going to go here on 4 ticks. And then we're going to take the redstone dust that we have and we're going to put it there. So what this is going to be is we're going to put the daylight sensor here, and we're just going to leave it open to the sky so that it can pick up any changes in the time of day. Then there's going to be an observer here pointing into this repeater with another observer taking an output from this repeater. So what's going to happen is this observer is going to detect any changes from the daylight sensor, and it's going to power this repeater. Once this repeater turns on, the observer here is going to detect that, power this redstone, but then once the 4-tick delay from this repeater wears off, the observer is going to detect that as well, and then it's going to put out another signal to this redstone here. And basically what that's going to do is the first signal is going to dispense lava, and then the second signal is going to retract the lava so that we don't actually lose any drops. And then we're going to put some blocks here just because you can see those from the front, and that is pretty much everything done, and that's the chicken cooker built. Now this is a design by another YouTuber who goes by the name of Mumbo. Might have heard of him, not too sure, but it's very efficient, very effective, and we're just gonna hopefully get some chickens in there after I make the observers, because they'll be able to climb out if that observer isn't in place there. So what we're gonna do for that is observers are made with 2 redstone dust, 1 nether quartz, and then 6 cobblestone just on the top and bottom like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 of those, and then we're just going to put them in place. And then the daylight sensor is made with half slabs on the bottom like this, glass on the top like this, and then I believe it's just nether quartz. Yep. Okay, so that's our daylight sensor and our observer blocks. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to put those where they go, and you should be able to see that it's going to output a signal once I put in the observer blocks, just because they are detecting an update automatically when they're placed. And that's everything. Now I don't have the lava in there right now just because I don't really have lava to place in there, so we're just going to ignore that for now. And in order to make the melon and pumpkin farms, what I'm going to do first is I have to dig down a bit and then rebuild another platform down below so that I can put the redstone clock down there on it, and then we can put another platform back up here, or we can just place another platform down there without destroying this one, and then we can build the pumpkin and melon farms on top of that. But I'm going to need 2 hoppers for the redstone clock, and I only have enough iron for 1, so I'm going to go quickly get some more iron from our strip mine, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I did a little bit of the setup for the pumpkin and melon farms. I started the foundation of them and put in the chest where it's all going to get collected at, and I also built the platform down here. But other than that, that's everything I've done. So what we're going to start with doing is there's going to be torches on these 4 blocks here, and then we need these repeaters coming out of these blocks here, and we're going to build the redstone clock so that it actually, we need to move this repeater. We're going to build the redstone clock though up at the edge so that the pulse from this torch reaches the redstone. That's going to power our pistons that are going to harvest the farm. Okay, so this is what we're going to do for the clock here. It's going to be a couple of hoppers, and I'm going to put a stack of cobblestone in them so that it just harvests every once in a while rather than doing a bunch of repeaters down here. So there's going to be a stack of cobblestone in one of these hoppers, and then up on top there's going to be a redstone block. So when all of the items are in one of the hoppers, it's going to obviously output a signal through the comparators, and then the pistons are going to push and lock a different hopper, etc., etc. There's many other videos that you could probably go to for a better explanation than that, but yeah. Pistons, hoppers, magic, clock. Okay, so we actually need to, yeah, well, that should be fine for now. Can have those powered at the moment. It shouldn't hurt. So we're also going to have torches on these blocks here, and those are going to lead into the torch towers that power and unpower all of the pistons. So these are going to be the torches that power the pistons, and then on the other edges we're just going to put in regular torches so that there's some lighting in the farm. And I need to eat, so we're going to make a bunch more redstone torches, and then we're going to put them here so that when I put pistons like that, they will be extended, and once we activate the clock, they will retract. And then what you have is just a ring of dirt, and you can till the corners to plant the melons or pumpkins, and up at the top layer there's going to be water flowing all the way down, and then that's going to come down into the bottom here where we're going to have our water stream, and it's going to flow along into some hoppers that we're going to have out here. And eventually I'll separate the chests, but for now we're just going to leave it as one double chest that both of the farms collect into. And it's just going to be repeating this, so I'm going to get on with that, and I will come back once I've finished building this farm. Okay, that's the first one done, except for planting it and placing the water, but the building process is fairly easy. Didn't have many issues that I ran into. I also threw some items into the hopper clock down there, so that's functioning. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the water into this one, till all of it, and then I'm going to plant some melons in it. And I'm going to start working over on this pumpkin one over here. I did a little bit, but nothing major, and I'll get back to you once it's finished. The pumpkin farm's now built, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through placing down all the pumpkin seeds, and then I'm building up the torch towers that are going up the side of it. And once I'm done with that, I just need to wait for everything to grow, and then they'll be fully functional farms. I'm gonna need more torches though. I'm running very low on torches, and okay. Alright, so we're just almost up to the top here, and once we're there I'm gonna be completely out of torches. Yep, there we are, and last 4 seeds, everything's planted. Okay, so the farm is technically done at this point. I just gotta go through and finish up the other torch tower on the back side, place in the last torches that are going on this side. But other than that, that's the farm's done. Let's hop down to the bottom, give them a quick look, and yep. Alright, so those are definitely not the prettiest builds. Probably at some point I'm gonna put like melons in all of these gaps here, or pumpkins in these ones, but for now we don't have those to do that, so I can't put anything really too decorative there at the moment. But they are done, they're gonna serve their purpose, and that's everything I had planned for this episode. So I'm gonna leave it off there, and between this episode and the next one I'll let these run for a little while, and then I'll probably collect up everything I get and put in the melons in between all of the pistons and all of that. But that's everything, so I'll see you in the next one.